Good, appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this is LMTDTMFFR. Or, say it with me now, Limited Time Offer, no vowels. And here we are, with Point and Click Sunday. Because it's Sunday, and that is a day on which we play point and click games. So, time for me to point and click. The deadly, deadly reset, you say, when everything is trying to update all at the same time. I had a similar problem. Well, I had a problem in that all of my things wanted to do something at the same time, and that it was everything that I have that I use for this stream said, no, battery low, battery low. So I had to plug them all in to charge immediately, which is why I am a couple of minutes late. But still, here we are. We are back. We are ready to do this thing. Let us play Lacuna. Yay! And everything worked despite my protestation, so that's great. Alright, switch over to Lacuna so we can all see the excitement that is there. Black screen, and then... Indeed, Lacuna Matata. That is the same joke that I made on the stream name. It's hilarious. And look, we're about to do the handover. Remember, we're looking out for a bald guy. Well, they shaved their head and or they took off their wig and shaved their beard. And we think they've got a wound on their arm. That is the thing that we're looking for. You remember nothing. Good. Here we are. And we're only 39% of the way through the game. So, let's find out what's going on. Yes, a nice intro. Very film noir-ish. Here we are. Gara. Georgia Plaza? No, Juris Plaza. Well, I didn't spot any bald people right there. Oh, maybe you found one. Snipers, report. T-minus 90 seconds. Damn, there's more credit out there than I had expected. Entrance A, nothing yet. I don't think our snipers would get a clear shot. Entrance B, nothing so far. Let's hope we won't need them. Indeed, let us hope that. Possible target from entrance C, now at the fountain. Still alone. Got a possible match at entrance A. We'll follow up. Did I ever tell the story of how I joined the CDI? Possible target walked up to a woman and child. Suspect from entrance D is being joined by an obese man. Yeah, you saved my Glover's life when you were still a policeman. Unit Alpha, you're up. Pass by the fountain for a quick check. I wasn't on duty that day. When I saw the guy pull out a gun, I didn't hesitate. Copy that. That's what landed me a job at the CDI. Boss, have a look at the one in the black shirt, sitting north of the fountain. Shit, I was so nervous when the chief invited me for an interview. Target bears similarity to description. Alpha, on your left. Make a stop right there. Tie your shoes. Nothing had gotten me that nervous again in the 15 years since, until today. Green shirt is being joined by a young woman. Oh, it's going down any second. Let's focus. Whoa. Oh my god, there's an actual timer. Time is now exactly 8:30. Keep your eyes open. Corruptish, dickish adventures. Alright. No, nothing I can do there. Maybe he shows up late. There's an entrance B. Looks like a very close match. Any second now. Let's focus. I'll be Unit Vito going after him. It's headed towards the fountain. Can I get an audio feed? I mean, I can repeat the things you write down out loud if you want. I'm not close enough yet. Picking up the pace. Appears to be moving towards the man sitting right ahead. Shaking hands, very likely to be the accomplice. And there's nothing I can do here, right? Right, we gotta move in and make the arrest. Hold on 1 second. There's nothing here. There's no new news. No new emails. Sheets. Bartender. Case closed. Oh, we can't see. Shaved, cut arm, bald. Alright. The big guy's getting up. You spooked them. Get a move on. Are they expecting me to go down? I don't think so. Are the guy standing up and reaching into his pocket? I can't get out of here, for instance. Watch out! Gun! Ah! Shit. Follow Gary. Looking out for a bald person in all of this. I assume I'm going in the right direction. Oh, here we are. Gary, we got him! Yay, us. Agent Kua. I was going to make the arrest when the big guy jumped out of his chair. He started to make a run for it. The other one pulled a gun on me. Luckily, I was already close enough to grab it. I think nobody got hurt. Excellent work. Did any of the other people running away strike you as suspicious? No. Everybody only started moving when the gun discharged. So maybe we did it well. Huzzah for us! Good. Let's bring them in and see what they have to say. That building in the background just moved. It teetered slightly as we were pulling out. I assume that is a graphical effect that went wrong, rather than an actual indication that the building is alive. See, Conrad? Good things come to good people. Well, I don't know if that was a thing that we did. Parallax, yep. Movie.
Once the adrenaline had worn off, the uncomfortable train seat and glaring sunlight were the only things stopping me from falling asleep. My implants had been injecting me with a substance keeping me alert and focused all night, and now I came crashing down hard. I seemed to remember glances from the people around me. I wondered if there was blood on my clothes, but I couldn't be bothered to check. The confrontation at Jorah's Plaza had been hairier than expected, but catching the sniper and his associate was a huge win. I wondered if this was the beginning of the end of the case, or just its beginning. I finally got up at my stop and left the train, only to suddenly wake up in my seat again and realize it had been a dream. I decided to stand next to the door for the rest of the ride.
Why would there have been blood on your clothes, man? I suppose it could have come from a crime scene, but you changed in the meantime, right? You had hours in between one thing and the next? Indeed, he does sound noir. Noir as fuck.
A cool breeze cut into the train cart and through the haze of fatigue when the doors opened. I considered visiting Kat, suddenly feeling an urge to inhale the woody, slightly dusty air in our old apartment. Kat had filled it with what she affectionately called real things. She loved leather, cloth, paper, and plants, and hated the clean metallic surfaces at my apartment. Sometimes I did too.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to look at the objectives, and it's probably going to say go there. Oh, that's just the talk, yeah. Did I miss the objectives? No, yeah, I did. Walk home and talk to Kat, optional. If we go and talk to Kat, are we going to show someone who's tailing us that, hey, look, I've got our ex-wife and kid who can be captured and threatened? PCs are always named for changing their clothes. Yep. Well, I mean, look at all the various games I have played recently on there. The Tomb Raider and Horizon Zero Dawn? You can change your outfits millions of times in those ones. Well, maybe not millions, but a lot of times. Meow. Oh. So I can go upstairs as well. There's no map here. Oh, this is the cafe where we started. Woo. Sky Gazer Bistro. And I don't know where we... Ah, alright. Nope, okay, we can't go that way. Well, looks like we're going this way. Can I go back? I can. Oh. Can't go up there though. Those look like steps, but they're not. And I can't go up those steps either. So, it looks like we're very much locked into this path. Oh. Elevator shut down. Ah, news? No, apartments. Hey, what, we just walked in? We didn't knock and or call and phone ahead and say hello? Oh, hi Neil, what are you doing here? Just wanted to say hello. I just wanted to say hello. I didn't specify to who. Oh, okay, so it chose one. To you. I didn't see any news to get. But I will be on the lookout, unless I missed it. Really? Who are you? It's nice to see you too. Sorry, I'm just surprised. You want coffee? No thanks. I'm actually headed to bed. Just coming back from work. It's been a long night. Oh, that's rough. Wait. You didn't have anything to do with that shootout that's all over the news right now, did you? Maybe. Maybe I was involved in the shootout. Maybe I was the one who was out, not the shooting. Actually, I did. But it was likely over by the time I got there. Oh my god, are you okay? It wouldn't have let me go if I'd got a bullet. You don't say. I mean, are you emotionally okay? Was I ever? Stop being emotionally distant by saying those things. Admit your feelings and say yes or no. Okay, I get it. You don't want to talk about it. No, it's fine. Sorry, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. What was the whole thing about? Nobody seems to know. Oh. I think I'm going to open up. It chooses whatever you had last highlighted. Yeah, I assumed that's what happened. But, you know, I didn't want to highlight either of those. I just wanted to say I came here because, you know, I wanted to be with my family. Whether that's saying it was you or my daughter. And she's asleep up there. Benny's dead. He was killed last night. The shootout this morning was us confronting a suspect. No! Tell me you're joking! Am I known for joking? Is that something that you... Was that why we got divorced? Because I was too much of a joker? I don't think so. I'm not. I don't know much more right now. It's an ongoing investigation. You cannot talk to anyone else about it, okay? Of course. Shit, Neil. What if Drovio retaliates? I wonder if Laura overheard that. I mean, I understand that they want their independence and all, but if our investigation goes well, we'll have some results soon that will help us de-escalate the situation. You're not blaming yourself and your unit for this, are you? No? Why would I blame myself and my unit? It's not my fault a sniper sniped. I'm sure you did everything to protect Banny. There's always a remaining risk. That's how it is. Neil, I'm so sorry. I've really got to go. That's not something that you say to someone who's in front of you when you're in your house. You've got to go. I need to get to some sleep, or go out, or whatever. I have to catch the next train, and I don't want to be late for work. But if you still want to talk tonight, we can grab a drink. I'll have to head right back to HQ as soon as I'm no longer a sleep-deprived zombie. But I'd like that, once things have calmed down a little. A rabbi, a priest, and a minister go walking to a bar. Yes, that is you joking. A rabbit, a priest, and a minister walk into a bar. Shit, says the rabbit. I think I'm a typo. I've got to run now. Hold on, one more thing. Laura wants to go to a party at one of her classmates' place tonight. I'm not sure if I should let her. She's only 14. Really? Really? You do? You saw that tweet too. I saw that. Yeah. It might, I don't know if I saw it on a tweet, but I saw it somewhere. But yeah, it's good. We're debating the ethics of letting a 14-year-old go out to a friend's place where they will have a party. Or not ethics, but whether or not we should do it. Why not? What's wrong with that? I'm reasonably certain I went out to places when I was 14 to do it. Didn't you? I feel like she's had a hard time connecting with her peers, so this could be a good thing. What do you think? Yes. Let her go. Why would you not? There might be drugs or boys. There might be partners. Could be, I mean, there could be drugs or boys at home. Well, if she doesn't go and you're out. And besides which, you invited me for a drink, so there's going to be drugs where you're going. Just alcoholic drugs. Let's have some fun. Laura's very mature for her age. I'm sure she'll take care of herself. Yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't be so anxious. See you, Neil. Please don't get yourself shot. I mean, I'm trying to avoid that. See you, Neil. You're actually leaving me alone here. Okay. There's nothing to connect to in here that I can snoop on, is there? Snoopy, Snoopy, Snoop. Nope. And I presume I can't climb this ladder to get up to Laura's room and wake her up while she's in the middle of sleeping. So... oh! At least I assume she's sleeping up there. I think that's what that brown mess is. That's a head with hair. Well, I was going to go get shot, but since you asked... yeah. Good point. Alright, is that news? Yes, this is the news kiosk. More news. The Giants are talking. A satirist. Article by Gustavo Trump. While everybody's eyes were trained on Banny and Robertson at the Trade Summit's first day, a few other notable discussions were taking place in the background. Most notably, the mining giants, Tan Kim, Alex, and Abbott Dyson, Dyson Enterprises, got together in person for the first time in their lives. Their relationship is tense. While Dyson extracts the majority of Drovia's Tillanium even. Its profits are severely undercut by its status as a colonial entity. In contrast, Onyx is not only able to sell its ores directly to places like Femus and New Joran, it also buys up Tillanium from companies like Dyson to resell at a higher price. The ore prices Gara pays us have not changed in a long time, while costs steadily increased, Dyson complained in a recent interview with the Trovian Trade Journal. At this rate, we won't be able to turn any profit at all in a few years. Melek's CEO, Kim, assured that his company would critically examine the situation, and added that the margins are not that big. The idea that we exploit other mining companies based in Drovia is not based in reality. Whether anything will change between the two companies remains to be seen. However thin they want us to believe their margins to be, it's important to keep in mind that both CEOs are billionaires with a history of underpaying their workers, cutting corners, and initiating mass layoffs whenever their companies have faced financial problems in the past. So, capitalism. I mean, it sounds pretty... Standard. Alright. Ooh. There's an advert saying Millex, mine the future. Not Millex, the future is mine. Oh well. Oh, that's our cigarettes. No, we're not. I am doing a not smoking and seeing all the beautiful art playthrough. Take me up.
I got into the elevator and leaned against a wall.
Alright, we'll make
I
that
was
true.
so tired in that moment that my reflex of emotional repression whenever I saw Kat didn't seem to work anymore. It hit me with an unusual clarity that, even a decade after it had ended, I hadn't ever fully let go of her. I wasn't sure what to make of it, whether to be happy or to finally push myself to it. I concluded that I would probably just go back to repressing it altogether.
Objective updated. Go to sleep. Alright, can we get into our apartment this time? Welcome. Yes, we can. We don't need to do any scanning or anything. That's great. Woo! I do like that bubble effect, though. Well, it distorts everything within there. That is a nice effect. I was going, what's that over there? It's my cursor. Oh, feed. Hey Horace, how's it going? Feed Horace. Can I pet you now? No, I can't. I am in two minds as to whether I need to feed Horace every time I come back here or not, because that's not usually how you feed some lizards. Some of them, you put stuff, crickets and things in there, and they will last for days and days and days, because they like to keep their prey and eat them alive. So, take me home, country elevator. I like that. Yes. So I wonder if I should have been petting him instead. Oh, what's this? A chair to sit in? Ah, it's an exhausting day. Haven't you kicked off your shoes and taken off your jacket as soon as you got in the door? Why aren't you leaving a trail from here to the bedroom of your clothes? Because you're so bone-weary tired. To deal with tomorrow when you wake up. No? We're not going to do that? Alright. Well, look, let's try and take a shower first, eh? Nope. Can't do that? Alright, we'll just flop straight into bed in these clothes, and then get up wearing these same clothes in a few hours, when we are woken by an intruder, or somebody else calling us and saying, oh my god, new, exciting mystery has happened. Taking bets. Intruder or new exciting mystery? Or will you actually get a whole night's sleep? That's the outside possibility. You know, that never happens. So, sleeping. Take your clothes off, man! Oh.
Waking up in the early evening was disorienting. I sat up on my bed and allowed the memories from the previous night to pour back in. Banny's body, the hotel, Lila, the shootout. I tried to put it all in an order that made sense and got on my way back to work. A hint of the good mood that had overcome me outside of the villa returned. Once again, it stemmed from what had made me join the CDI many years ago. The feeling of doing something instead of taking a back seat and waiting for death. There was a time when a lack of purpose threatened to consume me, lurking underneath meaningless daily routines and self-doubt sabotaging everything I did. Walking among the people outside, I felt even more alienated than usual. It was like they lived in another reality. Many were just getting out of work, looking to do some shopping, meet a friend, have a drink. Maybe I would find my way back to that reality one day. I wanted to, yet at the same time hated the thought of it.
Oh, let's go and try. No, no, no shower. Going to work in the same clothes you slept in and were wearing yesterday? Alright, okay. You be as noir as you can. Eh? Cut to interrogation in the police, you thought. I suppose I can't remember if this is a flashback or not. It would be very noir if it was. Hey. And look, I don't even have to wait for the elevator. That is one good thing about being as depressive as I am. Or noir, I guess. Never having to wait for an elevator. It's always there, on my floor, every time. Him/you interrogating the bald guy. Ah, okay. Nah, I expect somebody else has come in to steal that sort of glory from me already. Although, we did interview the multi-million and billion-dollar heirs. What if I want to get out this side? No? Alright, okay. Have we got any new news? Nope, don't want any cigarettes. No news. Can't go in. Oh, wait, this is where we go in, and we still can't go in. Alright. Get in line, get going. Oh, we want to go down. Because our objective is to... Oh! It's taken over! Something exciting's about to happen. No? Something exciting's not about to happen? Hello, fellow citizens! We are the liberators, defenders of progress, freedom, and reason. These values have been integral to our society for centuries. But lately they have increasingly come under threat. Religious radicals calling themselves the Savian Front are aiming to establish a theocratic government on Drovia. The Savian faith is based on superstition and rejects science. To the point where it endangers the lives of everyone under its thumb. I mean, isn't that the point of all religions? We all saw 4 decades ago what happens when a Savian state is left to its own devices. You can't let history repeat itself. We demand President Robertson end this madness now. Press stop to all independence talks and reinstate full Garian rule. We removed the radical 7th Joseph Banny to get it started. If you do not start implementing measures to meet our demands, more Soviet lives will be spent to protect our collective future. The Soviet population on Gara will be taken hostage until the Garian population on Drovia is guaranteed its freedom. You're going to take a whole planet hostage? We'll stand up for them if our government won't. Await our next move within 48 hours. It won't be as silent as the first one. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll answer that phone. Conrad! Did you see that? Yes, I did. Yeah. It was on all screens across the city. Come to HQ immediately. Nobody else want to talk or react about that? No? Alright, well. Hey look, how fortunate. The train has just pulled in. Let's get on the middle carriage. Not that it makes a difference, but, you know, we've got more space over here. Whee! Everyone already switched to another channel by now. Yes, entirely possible. Alright, well there's Gary. Standing on the thing, possibly waiting to see us come in because we're his favorite investigator. Go to your office. Really? I'm not going to go and see Gary? or the chief discuss this? I need to go to my office. Well, let's run past there and see what we've got over here. Oh, nothing. Not even a smoking place. But this will probably be a smoking place over here. Hey! I was coming over to... Right, alright, we'll stop and go into a movie. Gary, what are you doing out here? You know, you're suspiciously right over the top of a train thing, so yeah, this is a moderately good place to commit suicide. But yeah. Thinking. Central Department of Investigation. I think we knew that already. It might have been in the glossary. And by no, I mean learned ages and ages ago, and I've completely forgotten since then. Strange how the city looks the same as always, as if nothing happened. But that's a good thing, right? Fucking liberators. Ridiculous name. From whom are they liberating us? From a handful of superstitious lowers? Pathetic bullshit. Every single institution on this planet upholds the freedom of our people and their values. It's not like we're letting some religious fanatics take over the solar system. And somehow we didn't know anything about these fuckers before everybody else. You know, I did tell my wife that Penny was dead. I'm assuming this is just a coincidence. I mean, because they could have just been using it for their own propaganda purposes. Oh no, there's also those those billionaires who could have, you know, arranged this to throw people off the scent if they had done it themselves for some reason. Just saying. He's saying he sucks at his job. Yes, I guess he is saying that. One more thing we missed. At least we booked the sniper and his associate. They're both being interrogated downstairs. So far they're not very cooperative. Do we at least know who they are? We scanned them. The sniper's a complete ghost. He got a fake ID right before he checked into that hotel. Yeah, we know. From the girl. From Lila? The other guy is a businessman from Drovia. His name is Abraham Gonzalez. He's the CEO of a company called Power Up. They manufacture Tilanium-based batteries. Both the guy and his company seem harmless. No criminal record. Strange. Why would somebody from Drovia help an anti-Drovian terror organization? Because it's not. I have no clue. What about the woman? Any updates on her? Nothing so far. Well, we do have another lead. Saito is trying to find out where the announcement was broadcast from earlier. The most important lead are those two douchebags in our basement. You have a way with words, Conrad. Get down there and see if you can get them to talk. Oh, do. Did we secure that drive the sniper tried to hand over? Yeah. And? What's on it? About that. Chief said the Attorney General seized it. Well, damn. Government corruption at high places. She said she has to evaluate if we have the required clearance level. The AG? Are you kidding me? That's a crucial piece of evidence. We need it. I suppose they'll let us in on it soon. There's no time to waste. We have to assume the next attack is less than 48 hours away. The higher-ups know what they're doing. I mean, generally that's not true? You think? Let it go, Conrad. Go talk to the chief yourself if you have a problem. Ah, one more thing. There's an article about Gonzalez Company in the news today. You might want to download it and have a look. I didn't see a downloading place anywhere. Did I miss one? Are you at the other end of the train station? No, it's probably on the way into the office then. Oh, you're just an advert. I thought suddenly something was trying to contact me via these things. Now, here we are, news. Alright, what news do we have? News! Power Up! Battles bankruptcy. New Jovian Times, report by Adam Lee. I almost said New York Times. It's no secret that Drovia-based Power Up, one of the planet's most important battery producers, has been facing monetary difficulties for several months now. Technology developments over the last few years made Tilanium the most efficient material to build high-performance batteries, overtaking lithium and other than others by far when it comes to battery life and weight. However, since Drovia is a Garian colony with no economic autonomy, Power Up doesn't have the right to buy its Telanium directly from the mining companies based on Drovia. The latter are forced to sell the resources to Gara, which in turn sells the Telanium to all companies processing the material, including those on Drovia. In light of this development, it has become increasingly difficult for non-Garian companies to keep their prices competitive. This has put Power Up, like many others, in an increasingly difficult spot. It did not come as a surprise, however. It did not come as a surprise, therefore, when its CEO and founder, Abraham Gonzalez, publicly supported the cause of the Drovian fight for independence last week. As representatives of the Association of Drovian Electrics Companies, he accompanied Minister Bani on his business trip to Gara to defend the interests of his industry during the discussions between Drovia and Gara. Well, there we go. That's interesting to know. Hey, look, I'm trying to see if there are more articles down there. Can I do that? Thank you. Alright. Let's have a look at the glossary quickly. CDI. Yeah, Central Department of Intelligence. See, we did know that. We all knew that and definitely remembered it, and wasn't at all something that we just learned. Well, at least we got flying cars in this dystopian noir future. Hey there, people who are standing here. It is I, your fellow work colleague. Would you like to go for... Oh. Hey, person. You get out of here. You're not setting off the barrier. You're not allowed to follow me in. You might not be a fellow work colleague. Look at that green tie that you are wearing there. I think nobody who works here would wear that sort of garish tie like that. You might be an imposter. Well, presumably this is the way down to the basement. Hey, it's our break room. Well, I'm gonna just stand here for a moment and take a break. Don't worry about me. I'm just wearing the same clothes that I was wearing yesterday, that I slept in, and haven't taken a shower or washed myself since before the investigation started. I'm just gonna stand over here near the food. I'm sure everybody doesn't mind that. That person doesn't actually exist. That is possible. It's possible that I am having some sort of delusion. Hey, all I have been told that I guess are eagerly awaiting me. They sure are. I suggest to talk to Gonzalez first. It's the usual rich guy crap with him. He's going to be surrounded by lawyers in a few hours. At that point, it's going to be hard to get any more out of him. Oh, for fuck's sake, why is it that people can just buy their way out of here? Well, lucky he is from Drovia, so he doesn't have a lawyer here yet. But he does have a Drovian lawyer on the line right now who's going to annoy the hell out of you. He's somewhere in space and has a communication delay of about 30 seconds from what I understand. So if you want answers, you had better have a strategy to make him talk quickly. Because you can be sure that lawyer's going to shoot down your questions once they reach his ears. He's also going to call you on your bluffs, so be careful. Got it. Thanks. Saito did some digging and compiled a number of documents that should be useful for your interrogation. Firstly, he gathered some basic information on Gonzalez. Good. And put it on the pinboard over there. You can take a look at it with your AR module. Second, he pulled a list of all incoming and outgoing calls from Gonzalez's phone. I'll send that to your cell. Give it a read. And if you have any more evidence that incriminates our guy over there, go over it before you go in there. Oh well, thanks. You're welcome. Let me know when you're ready. Well, I came down here just to see what was going on. Can I open this door? No, I can't. Alright. Well, I'm going up to see the chief first of all. You know, me and the chief are tight since I saved him from that thing that he did. Whee! Is this my office? I forget. Or have I got an office further up? Oh, I can't even go up these stairs. No! Ah, that's horrifying. Are you the chief? You are, aren't you? No, is this my office? Who knows? All these offices look identical to me. Oh wait, no, this one does not look identical. This one has a chair I can sit in. Well, that's all I can do. Alright, well, I've sat in my own chair, so that's good. Oh, and you're a person I can talk to. You must be a fellow work colleague. Hello, work colleague. How is work? Are we doing okay? Still trying to find out where that broadcast came from. Oh, who have we got up there? That's the chief. And is that the AG? Can't be. That'll be somebody else from the office. I'm saying it can't be because I don't think they would come down here. No, I can't open this door. Oh, doors. I'm also looking to see if Saito's around here. No? And somehow this area is blocked off from me. Alright, well. Hey there, Chief. I'm coming in to talk to you. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I'm on the wrong floor. Now, you may have just heard me singing the "Hey there, Chief, I'm coming to talk to you" song while I was a floor above you. Don't let that fool you. I knew exactly what I was doing because I'm your top investigator and, you know, can investigate where the Chief's office is every day with no problems. Ah, well, it is the Attorney General. I'm surprised you didn't, you know, send a flunky to do this, but alright. And you can rest assured that we know what we're doing. Yes, that is obviously a thing that people who know what they're doing say. I didn't question that, but the data is one of the most important pieces of evidence we have right now. The operator said that their next attack will take place in 48 hours. That's pretty damn soon. We still need to take into account everything we've got if we want to catch these guys in time. I already told you that the contents of that stick won't help you find them. How can you say that? Having a better idea of your enemy's motivations is always important. And you know that. You yourself were director of the CDI for over a decade. Liam, please. I've got a lot on my plate right now. Well then, give us some of the stuff that is on your plate. Like that device, and we will run with it. I don't have time to discuss this over and over again. But you had time to come down here? Alright. The data is about something that happened during your time at the CDI, isn't it? What are you talking about? I looked at my sales history and saw which folder that woman navigated to. I didn't have the access rights, but I'd really like to know what was in there. There was a lot going on in 1800. I thought we were in 1840 now. So that was 40 years ago? How long do people live? Well, assuming I've got my dates right, maybe I'm wrong. Let me be very clear, Liam. I can't work with a chief who doesn't trust my judgment and questions my orders. We've been doing this for a long time, Emilia. I deeply respect everything you have done for the Garian state. But as CDI chief, I see it as my duty to protect all Garian citizens. I'm sure that's in your best interest as well. I don't have time for this now. I'll let you know what the next steps are going to be. Good evening, Agent. Good evening, Agent. The door's open! No! I can't get it through there. Invisible walls in a door. Oh well. Right. Where's my... Oh, so I've got the email, yep. Oh, yes, I've forgotten about our 0 steps thing. Where's the date? Yeah, see, we're in 1840. Unless they were saying there was a lot happening in the 1800s that we are currently existing in. but I don't think that's it. So that happened 40 years ago. Whatever was in there. We're not going to look at the email just yet. We're going to go talk to the chief, first of all. Hey there. What? How did that door shut on me so quickly? Never mind, I'm in now. Hey there, chief. I'm just running past you to look at your office. Ooh, you've got a nice chair. Alright, now I'm going to talk to you. Boop. Good evening, chief. Agent Conrad, how can I help you? We know what the AG was doing here, so tell me about that data. About that data on the storage module. Carrie told me we didn't have access yet. Yeah, that's correct. That makes no sense! Honestly, I don't understand why parts of the puzzle are being kept from us. It makes no sense. I agree. Listen, Conrad, I'm currently trying to find out what the data is about, and we don't get access. And why we don't get access. Don't you have a suspicion, at least? You know what was on your cell when it was accessed. The data was on the CDI network, and apparently it was something I don't normally have access to. Until I know what exactly we're looking at, I'd like to ask you to respect the chain of command. You mean like I respected the chain of command when I kept that information out about you? You want me to respect the chain of command in that way, or do you want me to actually respect the chain of command? I'm getting an important call any second. We can talk later. Oh, well, I got a bunch of stuff there. I'm standing here, testing your excuse about whether you're going to get an important call in a second or not. Because it looks like all you're doing is standing there and adjusting your tie. No important call? You just want to fob me off? Fine. I'll live with it, but don't expect me to like it. Oh, one more thing, Chief. You should get your door fixed. See, it keeps closing on me. Alright, all the way down. Break room. Now the basement. Alright, well, let's check out that email that we got. 2 missed messages now. Enhancement updates from Beyond Body. So we're getting spam, are we? Alright. Well, let's look at the call records. Or the cell records, as they're called here. Right. 08023 344. Oh, sorry, 33449899. Incoming and outgoing calls. An anonymous call. 2 calls that are not related and don't appear. So the only 2 calls that we've got 2 anonymous calls, which are interesting, and then you got 2 calls from the same place. So you know who. Well, presumably you know who that is. It's not a you missed a call and you then phoning them back to say, hey, who is this? I wonder if we can look up where they are. No? Okay, well, alright, let's see what the enhancement updates are. Dear Mr. Conrad, an update is available for your following body enhancement. Eyes plus, thighs plus, chest plus. Make sure to download and install the latest firmware from our website within 10 days. The Beyond Body team. Nothing dystopian about that. Do I know what I'm looking for? Not really. Right now, I'm just looking to see what exciting things were going on here. You know that there's one number that they have been in contact with, 2 anonymous numbers, and then a random. And there's no pattern here of like, hey, you get an anonymous call and then immediately you call another number. Because there's hours in between whatever everything that happened here. So, let us now access this. Oh look, we've got a picture. How exciting. Abraham Richard Kenneth Gonzalez. Date of birth, 1790. So he's 50. Place of birth, New Joran. Civil status, single. Faith, Savient. Place of residence, Drivia, Sector 1, since 1830. Formation. 1810 to 1815. Degree in engineering at New Jorin Elite University, Piston College for engineering and business. Piston College. That's great. 1815 to 1820. Trainee on Drivia. 1820. Foundation of Power Up. DE grant for young founders. Since then, CEO of Power Up. Nothing else we can do from this? This is the only basic information we've got? That's disappointing. You got anything else to tell me? So you ready? No. No, I'll have another look at all the information we gathered. Oh, I really hope this isn't a hey, you've got to remember all the things thing. But it looks like it is. So. No! Oh, it's because I wanted to do that. That is why. And just pressing the use button didn't work. Alright, I'm going to write down some notes quickly. So, 1790. New Joran. I don't think either of those are useful. You're single. You have the Savient faith. You got a grant in 1820. And you went to Piston. You know, just in case you're not who you say you are, maybe we can trip you up on basic details about your life, because you're obviously not a great disguised person, despite having conned everybody else around here. That seems highly unlikely, but hey. And then call records. I don't really think I can note down all of that information without just, you know, print screening. I don't really want to be all tabbing in and out of the game. Right, and you got an incoming call this morning at 8 o'clock. While you were in custody? That seems odd. Maybe we're affording you more rights because you're rich. Yeah, I could take screenshots. Yeah. As I said, I don't really want to be all tabbing in and out, especially when it's a timed event sort of thing. Alright. No, here is a thing that you did do. As soon as after you made that call to someone, then you got an anonymous call coming in. So that call was not very long. So that is the number that is interesting. I assume if it wasn't a phone number, somebody would be saying something, going, that's strange. Got anything exciting in the glossary? Factions. What do we know about the Liberators? A Karian terrorist group that opposes Drovian independence and the Savient religion, responsible for the foreign minister Paddy's death. Well, this has got to be new. Why didn't you alert me there was new glossary information? See, this is also new. I oversee the Attorney General. She oversees the CDI. CEO of the Drovian company, Power Up! Went to Joris Plaza to get the storage module from Boyd. Yep, we knew that. But we knew about all of these. Alright, okay. Looks like I'm as ready as I will ever be. So you ready? Well, I'm going to take a few more seconds, as much time as you allow, before I answer yes and doom myself. I am. Alright, I'll unlock the door. Good luck. Talk to Gonzalez. And this is a room. There's a pistol just up on the wall there. Why? Alright, okay. No, that's not a pistol. That's a camera. It's just in a weird place. In we go. Alright, lawyer, who's 30 seconds away. Hello, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm Agent Conrad. Already talked to your colleagues. I didn't do anything illegal. Well, then you won't mind talking about all the things that you did do. You don't have a right to keep me here. I'm a citizen of Drovia, and you have no evidence against me. We could keep you here for 24 hours, even if we didn't have evidence. But we do. Let's start with your associate. What do you know about Boyd and the data he brought you? He's not my associate. I didn't even know he was called Boyd. I mean, that is potentially true. Listen, Mr. Gonzalez. Bluff. You'll be acquitted if you talk. I know you had a call with him last night. I know you met him before. I know you had a call with him last night. I don't know that for certain. I know you had a phone call with him last night. We have Boyd on record talking about the handover of some data storage module at Juris Plaza. Huh. Do we have that? This is the problem with not playing in a while. I can't remember if we do have that information or not. He explicitly said that he called the person he was going to meet at 11 last night. Good. We've got a call at 11 last night as well. You have an incoming call at that exact time from... Oh my god! Ugh. Well, alright. Pile of horrible things. I didn't want to, but I did make a backup and do a sorting screenshot. So, at 11 o'clock last night, you got a thing from an anonymous call. That is where it was from last night. An anonymous number. And you did show up at the meeting at Juris Plaza this morning. Because nobody else in the entire world got a call at 11 o'clock and then came to the plaza. See? Slam dunk case. I could have guessed that, but I mean, there are numbers which end in 99, and there are an inordinate numbers of things which end in 99. But anyway. Zoom, yep. All this proves beyond a reasonable doubt that you have worked with Banny's murderer. Okay, listen. I got paid to fetch the stick. I was just following instructions. I had no idea who I was meeting with, and I still don't know what's on that stick. Your lawyer's not doing a very good job. Good evening, Agent Conrad. My name is Jim Miller. I am Mr. Gonzalez's lawyer. Nice to meet you. Oh, this is the 30 seconds delay. Team of legal professionals is on its way to advise my client. Till then, he won't answer any of your questions. Oh man. I wonder how often this happened during the pandemic as well. I wonder if this did happen. That would be great. Who paid you? I'm not talking to you, lawyer. I know who paid you. It was Mr. Gonzalez here. You heard my lawyer. I'm not supposed to talk to you before my legal team arrives. Alright. Yes, Mr. Gonzalez. I've heard that your company needs drovium tilium, your company needs drovium lithium. They need tilium. Or tillanium, rather than tilium. Your company is Drovian tilium. You support Drovian independence. You don't support Drovian independence. You do support Drovian independence because it's better for your business. You publicly stated your support for the Drovian fight for independence. So I'd actually be surprised if you're involved in Banny's assassination. You have the opposite of a motive. And here we are. You still have a chance to clear your name. It'll help us crack the case. The public might never learn about your connection to Banny's murder. Shit, I told you that I don't know anything. I was contacted anonymously a few weeks ago, shortly after I booked my flight to Gara. I was told to pick up a storage module here and send its contents out on the way back home. Send it where? They were going to contact me. I have no means of reaching them. Who are they? Just said they were anonymous, man. I really truly don't know. The person who contacted me spoke Drovian. That's all I can say. Wait, so who put you up to this is Drovian? Why would they work with an anti-Drovian terror group? They wouldn't. It's a cover. I don't know, but I'm 100% sure they were from Drovia. They got paid to do it and not ask questions. My company really needs a cash injection right now. Indeed. Mr. Gonzalez, I heard you to stop answering questions before your legal team arrives. Stop it, please. I have... In my capacity, when I worked at a law office, I might have seen a scene similar to this sort of thing, where the lawyer begged somebody not to answer questions. If you do answer questions when your lawyer explicitly advises you not to, it doesn't usually go well for you. You are complicating things for yourself and for us. Indeed. My God, calm down. It's not like I've said anything that incriminates me. That doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. You can tell the complete truth, and sometimes what you say will come back to bite you in the ass. Just through no fault of your own. But he's right. I'll wait for my legal team to arrive. Alright. Time to push again, I assume. Fine. No? Not time to push again. Alright, okay. But I know... Druvian. Leave me alone. No, not leave me alone. But I'm waiting to speak to my legal advisors. Okay. I mean, I don't know how legal this would be either. This person has asked for legal representation. And is it enough to have somebody in there who's on a 30-second delay? I would assume not. That can't be legal. I mean, it is definitely not legal to talk to someone without their lawyer present when they have explicitly asked for a lawyer. If they then dismiss their lawyer later and openly talk to you, then you are allowed to talk to them without the lawyer present. If they explicitly waive their rights to the lawyer, then you're allowed to talk to them without a lawyer present. But having a lawyer on a 30-second delay like this, that is very dodgy in this sort of day and age. Hey, I talk to people. Where's the other one then? So, how did it go? Doesn't seem to know much, which in itself is interesting. Well, it's more than nothing. Good luck with the other one. He's a tough nut to crack. Hasn't said a single word yet. Not sure if he has an emotional reaction to anything. We know nothing about the guy. He's a complete ghost. If you have any evidence that could be useful, though, you should go over it before you talk to him. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah, I would. I'm not sure what evidence I have. I guess I will look over my notes. Oh, not investigation mode, not outline mode. That. There we go. Do you have anything? You're just telling me that he was bald. Yeah, alright, that's not right. What I'm looking for is... information Alright, no, not there. Looking for information when you were talking to the fake Layla. Suspicious conversation. Okay. This is the one that is resisting arrest. CDI. The woman who was the good neighborhood watch lady. No, okay, so it's not in logs. It must be in clues. Here's some basic information. I missed one of the clues in the Garia Lacuna residence, which must have been the convincing the woman to go back to work. Key, first aid, pocket laser, floor pan, and sink. No, I don't have any of the information there. Sheets. These are just the answers that I filled in. The multiple choice answers. I feel like I'm back at school. Here you go, children. Here, try and solve the murder by filling in these bubbles. And remember, don't colour outside the circles or the Scantron will have trouble interpreting your answers. Alright. Miss Grindle, dangerous people. Oh, this is the one. It's the emailed conversation that she gave us. It had a number on your face, but I have to say I kinda like the new look. Really? This is a conversation? Oh, this was when the conversation was emailed to me on the 4th. It did not necessarily happen on the 4th, because otherwise, yeah, that would be all over the place with timelines. Gave the rifle to an intellectual. Listen, we don't have much. What are you thinking? Probably on the tail already. The old man didn't suspect a thing. You called the guy we're meeting and told him I'm coming instead of you. Alright, yeah. Didn't expect to see him sleeping at 11. Alright, yeah, that's where we knew that information from before. Get on and off at jurisprudence without being scanned. Talk to the boss after the hit. You talk to the boss after the hit. Ooh, that's interesting. Alright. So, man, we know you called your boss. Can we have your phone records, please? Yes, I'm thinking that I will not get information. Alright, so you're Boyd. Okay, give me the stick. Let's split up. Get to the place. Won't be able to track me if I'm there. You're not making this up, are you? Are you crazy? Of course not. Let's get this mission over with. Alright, okay. There's cool records from the other person. Oh, that's the apartment code. Yeah, don't care about that. Alright. Well then. I don't know what other information I've got to go over. I'll take a few minutes just to stand in the break room and get a coffee. Delicious coffee that you can't see me drinking, but I'm definitely drinking it. I'm not just like role-playing this out. There we go. I've had my caffeine thing. Hey, Holloway. I'm gonna go and see you and see if you've got anything else to say out here. Oh, not Holloway. Gary, sorry. Got anything to say? Nope. You're just gonna swear about the Liberators. Alright, okay. Well, oh, I missed the stairs. I guess I'm going down then, because I don't know what else. Unless... Oh, do I want to cover the whole building? Alright, yeah. I'm just going to run around the whole building to see if there's anything exciting going on. Anybody I can talk to. Anything new has popped up. Nope, you're still trying to find out where that broadcast came from. That's great. Hey, Chief, do you want to know the exciting details of what happened in the interrogation? I've only done one of the interrogations, but, you know, you might have more work for it. Might have done anything. Nope, you're just going to say goodbye, Conrad? Alright, okay. Can't go through the mysterious door that the AG went through. I have no idea where Saito is. Can't go up here. So, looks like we have all the information we can do. We have then. So, onwards. I mean, it's not a lot of information, but it's all the information we got. So, time to go bluffing. Oh, I need to talk to you. So, you ready? Let's say no. No, I had another look at all the information we gathered. Done that. So I am ready. Yes, I am. Alright, I'll unlock the door. Good luck. Presumably it's the door on the other side. Right? Oh, low dangerous music. Hello, Mr. Boyd. Do you have a last name? Or is that your last name? I was gonna say, Boyd doesn't sound very, well, I suppose it could be first name-ish, depending on how we're doing this. Boyd. Alright, Mr. Boyd. I'm Agent Conrad. You made quite a mess out there. Shooting Joseph Vanny puts you at the top of the most wanted list overnight. No, it doesn't. I mean, it might do, but most wanted lists are people that you are tracking and trying to find, and you have this guy right in your custody. So he's no longer on the most wanted list. Boyd. Your friends just announced their next big project, and you're uniquely qualified to help us get ahead of it. What do you know about the Liberator's plans? Neil also says, Boyd says, Okay, how about this? Ask about Zora, ask about the Liberators. Who or what is Zora? Well, Zora wasn't the name of the woman, was it? Alright, well let's ask about Zora, since I have no idea what that is. What's Zora's role in all this? Zora? That's right, Zora, the woman you met last night. Oh, okay. I don't know any Zora, but I know you do. Why did you take that data stick from her? Alright, so that was her name. I don't remember seeing that come up. Okay, I believe you. Why did you take that stick from her? You told her there was a change in plans she didn't know about. Was that true? Or did you trick her into giving you the data? Did you want it for yourself? Or did you want to protect her by going to the handover in her stead? You two seem to care about each other. So I'm sure you want to know how she's doing. Point. How about this? I tell you what I know about her, and you tell me what you know about the Liberators. You go first. Alright. Looks like we're going to have to point and click our way through this exciting conversation. I think I'm going to be bluffing for most of this. Alright. We have to hear that we don't know her whereabouts. Oh, Conrad. You are a stupid, stupid person. Hey, that woman that you care about, we got no bloody clue where she is. She's in the wind. We haven't got her at all. Yeah? So, now that you're probably motivated to help me, why don't you tell me all those things so that I make sure that we, use all our resources to find her so that she can be here? I mean, you say we've got her, she's in custody, she got a little bit up by the thing, and we're going to throw the book at her unless somebody else gives us information about this thing. She wasn't at Juris Plaza when we got you, and for all we know, she's leading a happy criminal existence. It's your turn. Who's behind the Liberators? I don't know. I've never met them. They just paid me. Who paid you? I answered your question. Fair enough. Well, this was fun. Let's do it again sometime. Did we mess this up? Objectives. Talk to Saito. I mean, I would like to have done that before we got in here. Oh, nice. He's just got the 3 dots above his head when you talk to him again. Hope we're getting something useful out of them. I mean, I would like to have got something more useful out of them. Where is this Saito? Are they somewhere up here? Oh, there's a person in the mysterious door that we can't get through anymore. Are you in here, Saito? No, this is a conference room. Are you over here? No, this is just a room where people work. Are you down by the front desk, Saito? Let's go and find out. Hang on. Oh no, we can't go in. Alright, yeah, let's see if he... No, you in here? You're not Saito, are you? You are! Alright, it looks like you've got hair, though, on your sprite. Even though... Oh, I guess you're not bald. There is a shadow of hair. I thought you were the bald guy. But hey. Thanks for that insightful comment there. That is a great comment that we all needed to hear. Richards. It thoroughly marks the point of the investigation we are at. Alright, so Saito is saying, "Evening, Neil." Hey, Saito. How's it going? I'm not gonna lie, that video was a little upsetting. I mean, I know that my religion is strange to some people on Gara, but an anti-Sabian terrorist group? That's something else. Should I be worried about wearing my scarf in public now? Oh, wait. What scarf? I thought you were wearing a tie. No, you are wearing a tie. You don't appear to be wearing a scarf at all. Or at least not around the neck. I suppose you could wrap it around your arm or something, but it doesn't look like you are. Anyway. I think those people are idiots. And I'm sure the vast majority of Garians agree with me. I know. Hey, I also have some good news. I found out where the Liberator's video was broadcast from. It's a company called AdSpot. They own most of the billboards in the city. You want an ad played? You go to them. Took a shot in the dark and checked against police operations in that centre. And what do you know? Someone at AdSpot made an emergency call tonight. Apparently, an intruder forced their way into the server room and gained access to a computer. I made contact with the local police department. They sent 2 officers who secured the scene and are waiting for you to come have a look. Fast as lightning, Saito. Great work. Gary is here now. Well done. Conrad and I will go to AdSpot and have a look around. Now it occurs to me that I was just saying that just in case people couldn't see what was going on there. But now I'm imagining that every time Gary walks into a room he says, "Gary is here now!" I think would make for an interesting trait. I guess that would make for an interesting hindrance or insanity in some sort of RPG, that you have to announce yourself every time you walk into a room. And it would be a hindrance because you would blow any sort of stealth that you were doing. So yes, look out for that if I have to ever go insane. Try and remember this. We really need to get ahead of this one and prevent another attack. Why don't you follow up some leads while we're gone? Trace the perp's payments to the hotel as well as the mysterious transactions to the escort. And maybe we can find out where the sniper's accomplice got her face changed. Conrad, I'm taking off from the roof. Want to hitch a ride? You know I don't. Was worth a try. Meet you at AdSpot then. I need some fresh air. I'll come with you, Gary. Okay, cool. So, take care. Meet you at AdSpot. Oh, apparently I talked to both of you at the same time. Yep. That's Weird. Alright, okay. And now, to the train station. Exactly, would kill stealth rolls. That would be the whole point. If it was it needed to be a debilitating insanity in a Cthulhu-ish game. Or, I'm thinking specifically of a homebrew system that I played in called Heroic Cthulhu. Where you had to have a detrimental insanity once you've got past a certain point in your sanity. I think that would have been a pretty fun one to do. Because it would also annoy other people and make them look at you strange. Alright, let's have the last carriage where we're all to ourselves. Yeah! It might screw over the party though, yeah. As if other things did not screw over the party repeatedly.
During the train ride, every screen in the city had been playing news reports about the Liberators' announcement. They were the first violent domestic terror group with a political motive in recent Garian history. But there was something else that struck me about them. This wasn't the usual MO of a conservative group trying to maintain the status quo. They felt much more like revolutionaries, hoping to effect change by resorting to drastic measures.
Oh, I've got an arrow on screen telling me which way to go. That doesn't usually happen. So of course I'm going to run in exactly the opposite direction. Alas, nothing over here. Except for this advert for Fashion Week. 25% off. Of what? Is Fashion Week a magazine? Is it that this is a Fashion Week, and that everywhere that is selling fashion has 25% off fashion things? Alright, there are stairs that we can go down, and there's a concrete pillar that we can run into, so I think we're going to take the stairs then. Oh, look, and there's glass. No, we can't go in those directions. Oh, look. There is more arrows, which is... why the arrows? Oh! Look at this. I found a thing immediately. There's a lot more glass lying outside than inside. So it was somebody on the inside breaking the glass out. I mean, I assume this is spot building. Yeah, there we are. There's police officers. And he seems pretty nervous about his boss. Hey, Conrad. This is Officer Wong. My colleague, Neil Conrad. Thank you for filling me in, officer. We'll take it from here. Conrad, the security guard who called the police is still inside. Let's go talk to him. He works for a security firm named Cox and was contracted by AdSport to monitor their office at night. I already informed him that the CEO, Albert Cox, about the intrusion. Or rather, his secretary. He told me he's been at a business meal since 1730. But she said she's asking him to return to the office for questioning soon. First, let's hear what the guard has to say. Brown. I'm not panicking. You are being careless. I want you to promise me that you stay home tonight, okay? Oh, shit. Yes. Officer's here. I'll call you back later. I mean, yeah, I said, hey, let my daughter go out. I wonder if she'll get caught in this sort of thing going on. I assume not, because it's not really been a huge thing. And the terrorist reprisal, or their next act, I should say, will happen in 48 hours. And Laura was going to go out, tonight. So I guess she's not going to get caught in it. I hope it's going to be innocent, harmless children fun rather than, oh no, a horrible thing has happened. Anyway, the officers are here. I'll call you back, says Brown, the security guard. Good evening, Mr. Brown. We need to ask you a few questions. Officers, I really don't understand how it happened. I was just getting a coffee in here, and then... I mean, can't have an eye on all the rooms at the same time, right? It wasn't my fault. Calm down, sir. We're not accusing you of anything. I mean, I am going to accuse you of having smashed the window. My boss won't be happy at all when he hears about this. Can you tell us what happened from the start? The broadcast began around 1800. Where were you at that time? As I said, I left my post at the front desk for a short break. I was having a coffee in here. Heard the sound of shattering glass, and I ran, looking for the noise. When I arrived at the server room, I saw the broken window and the video playing on screen. I stopped the broadcast as quickly as I could. It all just took a few seconds. It's interesting because the broadcast completed. It took a lot longer than a few seconds to say all of the things that they were saying. But hey. Hold on. They managed to climb in, log into the computer, and start that video within a few seconds. It seems that way. Did you see anyone when you entered the server room? No, it was empty. I went to look outside, but they were already gone. So to be clear, the video could only have played for a few seconds? No more than 10. If you stop it here, it immediately stops everywhere? Yeah, the screens across the city just mirror the ones in here. But that doesn't make any degree of sense from what you're telling us, you idiot. Also, how do you know how to stop the AdSense thing? You're a security guard who's doing it. Did they give you full training on how it works as well? Look, my boss will say it's all my fault, but I swear to you, Carrie. Okay, thank you. That's all we need for now, Conrad. That's all we need. Okay, thank you. That's all for now. Conrad, I'm sending you a sheet to your cell. Have a look around and see if you can find out who started that broadcast. Sheet open. The broadcast. Wow, me word good today, Purple. Alright. I can talk to you again. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. Anything else you want to know? Yeah, you get on with your boss? Tell me about tonight again, actually. About tonight. Did you leave the building at any time? Only one time when I was looking for the intruder. I came right back. Did anybody enter the building except for you? Just me and whoever started the broadcast. Can I get home soon? My wife's a Savian. And after that video today, I'm afraid you'll have to stay a little longer and help us find the people behind it. Feel better if I was with her. Called her earlier and told her to stay home, but she wouldn't listen. I see. Anything else you want to know? Yeah, alright. Tell me about the relationship with your boss. Yeah, let's do it now before I know anything. What's your relationship with your boss? Honestly, I can't say he likes me. I think he was looking for a reason to fire me for a while. I think I only got the job because one of his top men vouched for me. I see. That's all for now. Alright. Well then. Oh, here's a couch. I'm going to sit on it for a moment. Then I'm going to get up again. That is a good couch. Alright. Right, so we have... What? Hi. Oh, I'm calling to see if you can get answers on the door lock? Anyway, hey, Saito, can you do me a favor? Of course, shoot. There's a presence sensor at the entrance of AdSpot's server room. Any chance you can pull its data around the time the broadcast was started? Give me a sec, I'll check. I got access, but the sensor doesn't store any names. However, I could provide you with a list of every time someone passed through the door around 18 o'clock. Great, that would be helpful. Alright, sending it to you now. Remember, the sensor reacts every time someone uses the door, no matter if they're going in or out. Gotcha. Talk to you later. So yes, we have new exciting info to look at. Alright, let's look at our sheet first of all. See what we need to work. The broadcast. 234 567 37. The video broadcast was started by Brown, Cox, Moore, Chen. Aha! These are important. Brown, Cox, Moore, Chen. Well, my instant suspect is the security guard, because he was inside. But yeah, we're not going to submit that or anything. Oh, and it's ongoing, so I guess there must be more questions which will appear, maybe? Maybe not. Alright. Oh, look at this. New message from Dating Elite. Neil, a new message is waiting for you on Dating Elite. Make sure to check it soon. The Dating Elite team. Please don't reply to this message. If you want to contact us, use the form on our website, datingelite.gh/contact us. Indeed, it could have been Brown Cox Moore-Chen. Or perhaps it was Brown Chen Cox Moore. You ever think about that? Perhaps they did it in alphabetical order. And they each pressed one button. Yeah? Perhaps they needed to write the word send. And they each typed a single letter. Add spot presence detector from Saito. Yes, the presence detector entries for 1700 to 1845. Entries 1756, 1801, 1802. The information in this message is sensitive and exclusively registered or reserved for the cleared agents of the state. Copying or transferring this file is strictly forbidden. Alright, so there are 3 entries here. So, someone went in, and then, well, okay, we don't know that. There are 3 entries. Either somebody came out of there at 1756, having been in there, you know, working late or something, and then we've got the guard going in at 1801 and coming out again at 1802 to go and look outside. Or the guard went in, or someone went in at 1756 and then came out again at 1801, and then somebody else went in at 1802 but didn't come out again, possibly going out through the smashed window. What interesting information we have there. Alright. Can I go down? Yes, I can. Alright, because here's another thing. Ah! Some sort of thing. I don't know what this is. Camera? Security information. This is an AFIS A420 door card scanner. People are logged every time they pass through the door. This model doesn't distinguish between people entering or leaving the building. Thank you for telling me this. But this will be very interesting. Alright, so we've got records from 4 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. So, the Parsi cleaning service went in and out. Jim Chen went in at 6 and left at 4:55. Okay, well this is who Chen is. Nisa Schmidt went in at 8 o'clock. She left at 12:30. She came back in at 1 o'clock and then left again at 16:40. So that's probably her going out for lunch. Nils Boot came in at 8:05, left at 13:20, came back at 13:45, so that's probably lunch, and then left again shortly after Lisa Schmidt and before Chen. And then we've got 2 registers of Schmidt. Then that's Nils Boot, that's the lunch. Alright, and then the last ones that we haven't seen, a Cox security service, arriving at 5, leaving again. Yeah, I assume, okay, somebody from Cox security service either comes in or out at 5, then either goes in or out at 5 to 6, then 1802, 6:02 somebody else goes in or out, and then 1804 somebody goes in or out. So I think what we're looking at is, okay, it doesn't look like it's an inside job there because everybody has gone in and out, and they haven't gone in and out at the same time as somebody else. So it's not like Niels and Lisa are in it together and it's like, hey Lisa, when you go out tonight, take my card and check me out at the same time as you go out. So it doesn't look like it's that. So, unless somebody from the cleaning service found Cox's security card, it looks like Brown is still our prime suspect. Alright. Can we talk to you? If you need any help, I'm here. Alright, well, what if I do need help? Sir? Alright, have we got something else here that we can look at? No? Because there's this big blue thing. Alright, but that doesn't seem to be it. Alright, let's look at clues. Alright, there are still 2 more clues that we haven't seen. It's good that in the future in this police thing they know how many clues they're looking for before they start. Alright, into the room. Here we are. Alright, this is the glass. Ah, this is what we were seeing on the outside. I see. Looks like someone smashed the server room window. Alright, so that's how they got out, apparently. Was that a clue? Yes. Looks like someone smashed the server room window. Broken glass, there's a lot more glass on the outside than inside. Card reader unlocks the door every time someone goes in or out. And a presence detector registers everyone who enters or leaves the server room. Alright. Now we have these computers. Except these 2 computers count as one thing. Alright, okay. Let's see what we can find. This must be the computer they used to broadcast the video. Is that the only information you're going to give me? Computer. This must be the computer they used to broadcast the video. Alright, okay. Well, that was... Come to me when you find something. I have found something. I think it was our security guard. It was definitely an inside job. I'm just going to walk around like this and see if there's anything I've missed. With my AR reactionary things up. I don't expect there's anything more for me to look at here. I mean, I got the 5 clues that it mentions. That's the presence detector again. There's the computers. That's the window. And then we're going to go step outside and see if we can see anything. That's the presence detector. Oh no, that's the card reader. As we slowly walk our way along. We're just going to traverse the whole of this area just in case. No? Okay. Alright. Well, I mean... I'm gonna go and talk to you again. Because you are my chief suspect. Hey there, Brown. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. Anything else you want to know? Yes. Tell me about the door cards. I see that you use a door card to enter and exit the building. Yeah, Cox Security has 2 door cards for AdSpot. This one, and another one in the locker at our office. Only our boss, me, and the other guard assigned to AdSpot can open it. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe it isn't you? We're not personalized or anything. We just grab one at HQ before we come here. Who is the other guard? His name's James Moore, and he's been working for the boss for a long time. We alternate shifts here at AdSpot. Today is my turn. I see. That's all for now. Alright, so now this says submit the sheet. Oh, well. Please tell my boss it wasn't my fault. Well. Who do we think it is? Oh, that's not right. I want you. Alright. So yeah, we've got Brown, Cox, Moore, or Chen. Right, let's go over the clues again. There's a lot more glass lying outside than inside. So it has to be somebody, or it does not have to be, but it is more likely that it is someone who was inside the building smashing their way out. The card reader unlocks the door every time someone goes in or out. The presence detectors register everyone who enters or leaves the server room. It looks like someone smashed the server room window. This must be the computer they used to broadcast the video. Those are all the clues that we've got here. If we look at the emails again, there were 3 entries. (1756, 1801, 1802). Alright, and where is... Oh, we don't have that. I have to go and look at the thing outside to do it. Right. So someone from Cox Security turns up at 1700. Let's assume that is Brown coming in. And somebody else turns up at 1755. Sorry, 1755. If that is Brown leaving... No, that doesn't make sense. It can't be Brown leaving, because if he leaves at 1755, then he has to come in 1802, and then leave again at 1804, but he's currently inside the building. So it would have had to have registered another going in. So yeah, alright, it looks like at 1700 Brown entered the building. In 1755, someone who we don't know, possibly Moore, also entered the building. Went into the server room, because we've got a third entry into the server room. Have we got a third entry into the server room at 1755, or shortly thereafterwards? Yes, at 1756. Okay, so then that happens at 1756. Somebody smashed it out. Then the window is smashed out. Brown runs into the room, registering his presence, looking at the thing, taking the chip or data or whatever it is out of the computer, and runs back out again. That accounts for the minute that he was in the room. Then he rushes outside to see what's going on. Then 2 minutes later, he goes back inside. So yeah, we are looking at somebody else who has access to a Cox security card. Because they smashed the window out to get in. To get out. So yeah, I think this is more the other security person, rather than Brown. Let me just double check. It is you, Moore. Yeah, please tell my boss it wasn't my fault. Alright. So yeah, alright. Let's submit this sheet then. We think it was Moore. Alright. Are you ready? I'm going to press the submit button and we'll find out whether we, collectively, were right or wrong. If, we get this wrong, we should all share the blame equally. Do you understand these terms and conditions as you have agreed to by watching this show? Good? Yes? Excellent. Do you really want to submit the sheet? I mean, not really. I'd like to get more information on Moore. But hey. Exactly. More what? Yes. More information on Moore. I want more information, please. But, yeah. Alright. Hey-ya! Now I need to talk to Gary. He's outlined in red because I've turned the highlights on. It doesn't make him look very friendly. Are you going to tell me I got it wrong? Took a look at the broken window. There's a lot more glass laying outside than inside. I'm pretty sure it smashed from the inside, not the outside. I'm saying they broke the window to get out, not in? Exactly. I think whoever started that broadcast walked in through the front door, played the video, smashed the window, climbed through it, and ran away. Why break the window at all then? Probably to conceal the real way they got in. Exactly. If our perp entered through the front door, they must have possessed an AdSpot door card. That leaves us with a limited circle of suspects. Apart from the employees of AdSpot, 3 people from Cox Security had access to door cards as well. Cox himself, Brown, and his colleague Moore. Moore works here as well. He and Brown take turns in surveilling the facility. Got any idea of which of them started the video? Yeah. Someone with a Cox security card entered the building at 17:55, shortly before the broadcast began. It can't have been Brown. He passed by the door 3 times since he arrived, which places him inside. Couldn't he have climbed back in through the broken window to avoid the scanner at the door? No. That's evidence from the data at the server room door. Saito pulled it for me. There's another scanner there. Only 2 people have access to Cox's door cards. James Moore and their boss. Cox has been on a business meal since 17:30, so Moore is the only suspect left. Good work, Conrad. I'll send a unit to arrest him immediately. You and I should pay his boss a visit and see what he has to say. Should be back at his office by now. I'll send you Cox's address. Get to the train. I'll meet you there. Roger that. So, I think we got that right? Or at least we're progressing the investigation, thanks to all of the deductions that we made there. We're just talking to these people. Just saying goodbye to them all. That's great, thanks. Alright, now to the trains. Ooh, train advert. HS line, get in line, get going. I haven't seen a smoking point for this one. Oh, somebody's calling me. Hi, Saito. Neil, good news. I managed to crack the cell of that businessman, Abraham Gonzalez. Found a deleted message that is extremely interesting. Seems like someone hired him to fetch the data module on Gara. Yeah, we know that. And here is the kicker. The message was sent from the Mercurius network? The what now? The Mercurius network is only accessible to really big companies. They have to be publicly traded and count more than 10,000 employees. What's more, the message was sent via a highly encrypted channel of the network. Those are exclusives excessively to high-ranking executives. That means that whoever sent this message to Gonzalez is someone high up in a big company. Not just high up, it practically has to be the CEO. Well, what a lucky thing that we have talked to 2 CEOs who would fit that bill earlier. Oh my goodness. It's almost like they were setting us up for this earlier. Anyway, good job, Saito. Sounds like a solid lead. I'll forward you a message and a list of all companies in the solar system that match the criteria. I'm also opening a sheet about who is behind the Liberators. Oh, and one more thing. I also managed to extract a message from the sniper's cell. Looks like he sent it to the woman who stole the data from our chief. You might want to have a look at that as well. I'll forward it to your cell. Copy that. Talk to you later. Sheet opened. The Liberators. I mean... Oh, this really feels so stupid. Not the game, but this thing that they're doing here. Hey, I've opened a sheet. Can you tell me who is behind the terrorists? If you can, fill in a sheet. Oh, it is just... it's just ridiculous. But alright. This sheet tells us the name of the company behind the Liberators is Blue Sky, Homura, Glover Mining, Millex, Happy Cow, Black Mamba, Amolia, Nosil, Hanel, Wajabi, Hanabi, Dyson, me, Farmer, Gustator, Norton, Beyond Body, Braintech, Praxidike, and back to Blue Sky. Alright, so there's a lot of different companies to eliminate from that list. And the second part of the sheet is they are based on Drovia, Gara, Themis, New Joran, and that's all of the options. And they belong to the blank sector, the mining sector, food, technology, biology, mining again. Yep, we're back round to... We've done that. I mean, presumably 1 and 3 will be easy. Well, I don't know why we have to fill in all of this information. Once we know the company behind the Liberators, yeah, then surely we know... We can look at like Company's House or whatever it is, the equivalent, to say where they are. We'll know what industry they're in because they're a company telling us all of these things. And then we'll know what they specialise in, which is the fourth option on the sheet. And they specialise in computers, cells, meat, Telanium, which is probably the correct answer, plutonium, research, robotics, surgery, or background to computers again. So yeah, I mean, we don't need to fill in all of these things really. Once you know the company name, or once you have made a decision on the company, which company it is, surely all of the other answers, 2, 3 and 4, are just going to be, you know, standard answers. Indeed, Happy Cow, that name stood out to me as well. I don't know why anybody would have a... I mean, you've got the Laughing Cow cheese. Did you get that? Is that a thing in your country of origin? List of companies. Name, place, sector, speciality. So yeah, not that you're aware of. Ah, okay. Yeah, they're cheese spread. The Laughing Cow cheeses. They're they're still solid but more runny, so you can spread it on crackers and things, or sandwiches if you prefer it. And they're quite good. Hey. Alright, yeah, see, and look, here is just what I was saying. Here is a list of all the companies that we had before, and here is just a list of everything that we could possibly need to know. This is just fill in the answers on... That is a ridiculous question. But alright, here are the list of the companies, that's great. Here's Saito, who's forwarding our deal. Mr. Gonzalez. As promised, I am sending you more detailed instructions on your mission on Gara. On 1840-05-04, at 8:30 in the morning, you will wait for your contact person at the big fountain on Juris Plaza. She will hand you a data stick that you will take with you when you leave the planet in the evening. As soon as you have left the Garian network, you will be contacted by one of my employees and given further instructions. As we already agreed, you are strictly forbidden from asking questions or trying to find out what the data on the stick is about. Discretion is of utmost importance of our mission. As soon as the module is in my possession, the agreed upon fee will be transferred to your bank account. Sincerely, there's no name. Oh my god, these people. They're masterminds. They didn't write it down. Yes. It could be that you find out they are mining and trillium and such, but not the name. But I mean, once you know they're mining and tellanium, sorry, not I keep calling it trillium, but anyway, tellanium, then you can go, aha, it's one of these few companies. That is true. So you might have to work backwards, but you don't need to fill that in on the sheet, surely. Once you say it's Wahhabi and Sons, everybody can just go, aha, Wahhabi and Sons. Well, they were on Drovia. They do mining for plutonium. Because it's all, like, public information. I mean, it makes sense when you're like, here's the suspect, he's bald, he shaved his beard off, he's got a wound on his arm. Because those are things that other people are going to need to know to identify things. But this is just childish worksheet. Anyway, here's a forward from Saito saying sorry. Zora, you probably figured out by now that I lied to you about Williams asking me to take care of the handover. Pretty sure you're mad as hell, and I'm sorry for that. Thing is, I have a bad feeling about this whole mission. I really couldn't stand it if you got hurt. We promised each other that this was the last job we would accept, and that we would get out of it all afterwards. However, over the last few days, I realised that going back to normal after all these years scares the shit out of me. I'm not like you. What I'm trying to say is, if I don't get out of this, I want you to quit nonetheless, and do what we were planning to do. I'm sure it will make you happy. Maybe not immediately, but surely after a while. If everything goes as planned, I'll be with you in no time. And I'm sure I'll find a way to get used to normal life. If it doesn't, don't look back. And don't come looking for me. Point. Well, there we go. That is interesting. They're going somewhere to do something that they promised each other that they're not writing down in text here that anybody else can work out about. That is good operational security. Alright, well, onto the train. Here we are. Come on, come in, train. There we are. Now, which one do we want to get in? Let's get in the front this time. Let's be sociable, mingle with all these people, and, you know, get to our destination just a little bit faster than those people at the back of the carriage. Because that's obviously how trains work. Ooh. Gara. Pawn Market. Go to Cook Security. That is our exciting new destination. Oh, somebody's calling me. Hey, Gary. Conrad, I'm having car troubles. I'll be there soon. Car troubles, huh? Save it, Conrad. This is literally the first time you got somewhere faster than me. While you're waiting, you can swing by the restaurant where Cook's presumably had dinner and check his alibi. I asked for them to send over tonight's surveillance footage. They said that their camera is unfortunately broken right now. Seems to be one of those locations where privacy is part of the service. The restaurant is on the layer above Cook's offices. And the train station. Oh, on the layer above Cook's office and the train station. Go upstairs and take a left. You could have a chat with his wife, well, if she's still there. Her name is Yvonne Cox. Roger that. See you in a bit. I'll give you a call when I have an ETA. I thought that was graffiti, but no, it's train is down. That's what that means. Alright. Well, there's Cox Security. But yeah, let's follow Conrad's advice. Oh, Mega Shop! What a great name for a thing. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's cigarettes that we can buy. Don't want any cigarettes right now. Okay, we can go up the stairs. We can't go down these stairs, but let's run all the way along. No, nothing exciting to interact with here. We'll take a slow AR walk around. Nope. Alright, okay. Looks like we're going up. Ah. Well, that's interesting showing off, but, you know, crappy design for the actual living. Hey. There's somebody here doing a thing. Oh. I see. You're an invisible wall. No, you can't get past me. I'm trying to put up this lamppost. Take down this lamppost. Bang this irregularly shaped lump of metal into the ground repeatedly. I'm not sure. Alright, well. This looks like the restaurant. Ah, you inside the restaurant. You're not eating outside in this lovely area. Alright. Good evening, sir. Do you have a reservation? Evening. I'd like to talk to Yvonne Cox. Is she here? I mean, do you think the waiter or waitress here is going to know everything about everybody who's here? Especially when privacy is a thing. I must ask, is she expecting you? Be pretty impressive if she was. Not really, no. I'm sorry. Can only let you in as part of a reservation. Neil Conrad, CDI! Would you please lead me to Mers Cox? Hang on, Mers Cox, not Mrs. Cox? I thought they were married. Waitress. She's making the same sounds that boy made in the interrogation room. Oh no! Is she gonna be stonewall us? Is she gonna defeat us? No. Would you please follow me? Sir? Ms. Hendricks. And that's why it's vital that we keep negotiating with them, no matter what Albert says. Ms. Cox? Yes. Who are you? Neil Conrad, CDI. Sorry to interrupt. I'd like to ask you a few questions. CDI? What did I do to deserve your attention? It's about your husband, actually. Ah, well. Excuse me, Mr. Conrad. Jacqueline Hendricks, attorney at law. Miss Cox is my client. You realize she is not obligated to give you any information about... So goes Jacqueline. Let's talk, Mr. Conrad. Would you mind if we stepped outside? I need some fresh air. Against the advice of your lawyer. Alright. Jacqueline is a little overprotective sometimes, but that's how, a lawyer is worth... that's how you know a lawyer is worth their salt. You said this was about Albert? What is it you want to ask me? I was wondering if you could tell me where your husband was around 6 o'clock tonight. Never do that. Never do that. Can you tell me you and your husband's movements this evening? Leave it open-ended. Ask the questions so that you're not leading the witness when you are trying to get information out of them. If you are in court and you need specific answers and you already know what's coming up, ask the leading questions. Or, as leading as it can be, ask for specific answers. But if you are fishing for information, leave it open and general. So that they don't go, aha, 6 o'clock, I know exactly where, I will tell you exactly where my husband was. He was with me, because definitely that is a thing. Never ask a question you don't know the answer to is a good thing to rely on in court. Yes, definitely. But not in an investigation. Because if you only asked questions you knew the answers to, you would never ever find things out. So, we were here with Jacqueline at 17:30 and discussed some business decisions over dinner. About half an hour ago, Albert got a phone call and excused himself. That was us. Sorry for interrupting your dinner. Did Mr. Cox act strangely in any way over the last few days? I have no idea. Last time I saw him before tonight must have been 2 weeks ago? Albert and I don't live together anymore. Well, that explains the ms, at least. We have all but separated. You're getting a divorce? Maybe. It would be very complicated for our business. I see. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for taking the time. Gary, what's up? I'll be there in 10 minutes. What about you? Did you talk to the wife? Yeah, she corroborates his alibi. Do you believe her? I didn't have the impression she had lied to protect him. Their marriage is apparently more of a pragmatic arrangement at this point. I see. Listen, I've got bad news. Moore's not home. He's on holiday, according to his wife. He said he went to Myanmar Tea Resort. We're currently trying to confirm this. Get a hold of him. Why don't you go talk to Moore's wife? See if you buy that story. Saito says that you're very close by. Move up a layer or two and make a right to leave the market. You should find her apartment there. Come back down to Cox's office when you're done. It's right near the train station. I'll be there in 10. Alright. So now
we're
going to go
up to Moore's apartment. I walked through aromatic clouds of fried rice, fish, and mystery meat. I'd been down to Paloon Market once before, with Catherine. It almost surprised me to see that none of the platforms had collapsed in the years since. People were still selling the same junk, some of it probably stolen halfway across the planet.
Yeah, maybe. Alright, up we go. Alright. Oh, that is the way. Alright, so let us immediately go in the other direction. Does it strike anybody else as odd that hey, I'm going on holiday without my wife? Yeah? Sounds like a weird thing to have happen. I mean, I can certainly see going on business trips or some such, but going on holiday? Oh, apparently I've reached the right door. Anybody home? Who's there? Agent Neil Conrad, CDI. I've already talked to your colleagues. I know. I'm sorry to bother you once more. You said that your husband went on vacation, is that correct? Oh no! It's more of the silent treatment. Will they crack us? You know a few relationships like that. Okay. I mean, I can... I guess I've got no comment for that then. Why don't you come in? Says Miss Moore. Can I see your badge? You shouldn't have asked for your badge before you let them in. Of course. Here is a very pixelated hand. James went to Maname Tree Resort. His flight left last night after work. Is there a way to contact him? He left his cell here because he wanted some peace and quiet. What exactly do you want from him? I hope he's not in any trouble. You're still collecting evidence? Or why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Does he get in trouble a lot? No, not lately. Wouldn't everyone be worried about the CDI knocking on their door? I mean, yes, that is valid interpretation. Not lately, you say, though. Indeed, I picked up on that too, Neil, but you're doing good. Does your husband have a criminal record? He made some mistake years ago, and it is time for it. What did he do? His boss asked him to make a delivery of illegal substances. James got caught, and his boss said he knew nothing about it. Who was his boss at the time? Not Mr. Cox, I suppose. Oh, it was Cox, all right. James was in prison for almost a year. Went right back to working for him. He didn't hold a grudge at all? Let's say he didn't have much of a choice. It's hard enough finding a job nowadays, even more so with a criminal record. Thank you, Miss Moore. That's all for now. If your husband gets in touch, tell him to contact me. Here's my cell info. I do like that nice little special effects there. Look around. Why not? But please, don't make a mess. So, did Mr. Cox order Moore to do it again? That is going to be the question, isn't it? Alright, well, first things first. Hey! Do you want to say anything else? Please don't make a mess. Alright, oh, we've got... That's probably his cell. And then we've got a picture on the wall. Maybe a TV. And over here we've got some sort of bowl of noodles, I was going to call it. But, I mean, if I can interact with it in AR, that doesn't seem right. Alright, let's find out what this bowl of noodles is. It is a single plate in the sink. Looks like she had dinner alone. I mean, she would have dinner alone, even if he was going out on his criminal excursion. You wouldn't eat together, right? Alright, what's this? Oh, I've just stolen a load of data from your picture on the wall that I don't know what it is. Alright. And here, presumably this is the cell phone down here? No. Oxydanol, a highly addictive substance used in lung disease treatment. Oh, okay. So either somebody has lung disease and they need the money for it, or they're addicted to the drug. Alright, well, interesting. Alright, let's see what 2 new messages we have received. Millex wins 10-year court case from the Garden Gazette. Report by Amy Thorson. Negotiation in the Hope scandal finally came to a close last Monday. Millex Mining had made negative headlines about almost 16 years ago, when hundreds of employees filed a class action lawsuit against the mining giant. Many of them had suffered permanent lung damage after allegedly having been exposed to harmful gases over prolonged periods of time in the mining chamber dubbed Hope on Themis. Oh, this is written years ago. This is done in 1833. 1836? Wow, I can't really tell. But 1830 something. So this is at least 4 years old. 1838! Wow. Alright. Jeez. It could be the medical coverage kind. It could be her who has it. Well, anyway. A long, expensive back and forth of appeals followed until last week, when the Interplanetary Court finally ruled that the company would not be held accountable and did not have to compensate the alleged victims. This conclusion is viewed by many as a great failure of the federal justice system. Neither the mining lobby's system-wide influence nor the Federation's interest in Millex's economic success are a secret, leading many to openly question the integrity of the court's decision. Yeah, I mean, I would as well, given the things that we have seen here. This happened at least 4 years ago. Alright. And now, 31 charges against Cox Security. Last week, a delivery van belonging? I suppose it could be blinged as well. Last week, a delivery van belonging to the company Cox Security was stopped as part of a routine traffic control. The Police found an undisclosed amount of mind-altering substances stowed away under the loading area and arrested the driver on the spot. Facing charges of drug trafficking, the CEO of Cox Security has denied any involvement and claimed the driver was acting of his own accord. If the driver admits fault, he is looking at up to 1 year in prison. This happened in 31. This is 28. Sorry, 38. So it was a 10-year court case. So they started it in 28. So somebody must have been working in the mines prior to that. So it could have been the husband. I don't know your name, husband. Your name is Moore, but I don't know what Moore. I don't remember it. Alright, I'm going to talk to you again, see if you've got more information for me now. Excuse me, Miss Moore, I have another question. Why did you frame those 2 news articles? They're important to James and me. They remind us of things we shouldn't forget. What things? I'm sorry, but that's really private. Aww. Nah, you wouldn't have had a kid who died of it, I don't think. You're not old enough for that, to have had a kid who worked in the mines. Providing we've got child labour laws in this world. At least. Could I ask you to leave me now? I'm tired and I need some rest. I see. Thank you. Alright. I think you are the person who has the lung problem. I was going to call you Mers Cox, but you're not me, or Mrs. Moore. Oh, somebody's calling me. Let's answer the phone. Conrad, how did it go with Moore's wife? Well, she doesn't seem to know what her husband is up to. I took a look around the place, though. Good. We need all the information we can get. I'm almost at Cox Building. Meet you there. Yeah.
Oftentimes in our investigations, the obvious solution would turn out to be the right one. People usually acted in accordance with their interests and their emotions. Whoever we first thought did it, they often turned out to have done it. With Moore and everyone else we had met so far, it always felt that we were at least one step removed from the truth. Nothing about this case was obvious.
It was obvious that this case was not obvious. Come on. I need to find my way down again. No? Do I not? I thought I did. Alright, here we are. And you know what? I think this will be a point to stop. Yes, before we go and investigate the Cox security place, we will take a break for a few days before we come back to this on Point and Click Tuesday. And, you know, forget all of the information that we have learned between now and then. Or that we have learned today, but we will forget it all between now and then. So would that be interesting to pick up the investigation then? With absolutely no idea of what the hell is going on. Indeed, and as this is an autosave, and I just saw that save, this indeed is the time to stop. So, thank you all so very much for being here. I do appreciate you coming with me on this journey as I bumble my way through every sort of accidental misclick, etc. that I could possibly do. It's really not some words here that indicate my appreciation of you again, and my stupidity. I'm good at these outros. Anyway, I have been Richard, and this has been LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels, on Point and Click Sunday. And I will see you all when we pick this up. No, I will see you all tomorrow when I want to find out what those special merchants are in Horizon Zero Dawn. So we'll see you tomorrow for that, or if not, Point and Click Tuesday for more Lacuna. Until then, thank you all so much for being here, and I shall see you all next time.